Boo! Hi everyone, welcome to Almost Fama. I'm your host, Jess Fama. This is my Halloween special, so thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm over here at the Mystic Museum in Burbank, and if you guys haven't been here, get your butts down here because it's filled with super cool oddities that you can't find anywhere else. And today I have a very, very special guest with me, Michael Teoli, super horror fan, and he has worked on a bunch of horror movies and theater productions as composer extraordinaire. But before we get into any of that, I'm gonna drop some Halloween knowledge on you. So come on, here's my In Case You Missed It Halloween. Hi everybody, I'm here at Revenge of Slashback Video, and I'm honored because today for the Halloween special, I have award-winning film and theater composer extraordinaire and ultimate horror fan, Mike Teoli. Hello.
Hi. Thank you for having me. This is great to be back. Always great to see. I feel like I see you every Halloween.
Yeah, it's kind of like become our tradition, I guess, in a sense, right? Because he's the ultimate horror fan. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
I brought you here today to Slashback Video. Have your
back video.
Well, there's something that I need to tell you.
Uh-oh.
And I hope that you're okay with this and that we can still film here, but I wanted to get your permission before we continue.
Shouldn't you have told me about this before?
I probably should have, but I didn't think that you would come, so I just wanted to tell you now.
Okay.
So now everybody knows that I'm getting your permission.
Okay. Good.
I've been told that there's been actually a few murders here.
Okay.
And
I'm okay with that.
Okay. There are ghosts now because of those murders.
Okay.
And sometimes they like to play tricks on us.
All right. What kind of tricks?
Sometimes they'll just take your stuff and move it.
I could live with that.
Maybe your glasses might not be on you at some point because they'll take them and hide them somewhere in Slashback Video.
Okay, that might be kind of difficult, especially getting home.
I know.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
Well, sometimes they give it back.
Okay.
But then sometimes they just take you and they move you.
Well, I'd like to see them try to move me, but yeah.
They've done it. So I'm just saying beware, and I wanted to make sure that you're okay with all of these things before we get going.
Yeah, we're good. We can keep going.
Okay, excellent. The Halloween edition can officially commence.
All right.
Yes. All right. Now, before I get into anything extremely Halloween, I have to ask you first about your new CD that just came out with your new rock opera.
So I wrote a rock musical, the music for a rock musical called Tanya and Nancy the Rock Opera.
We can all guess what that's about.
Yeah, it's been around for about 10 years now, and it's been constantly developing. And last February, we did a special evening that was a concert of highlights, like about half the songs that we did, and with some amazing singers like Broadway singers. Lauren Worsham played Nancy, and Ashley Spencer played Tanya, and Nancy Opal played the mom. We have the same actress plays both moms, and Tony LePage played Galooly. So we did that, and it was really fun, and Broadway Records decided to put out a live album of the evening. So you can It's out. It's available on CD that you can get now at BroadwayRecords.com, or it's available on iTunes.
Really quick. Did you sing on a couple of these?
I did. I played.
I wasn't gonna let you get away.
I'm not an actor at all, but I am a singer, and because it was a concert, I stepped in as the role of Shane Stanton, who's the bodyguard. So so I got to do that, which was really fun. There's not a lot of theatrical, theater opportunities for singers who aren't actors. So it was, I'm a rock singer from way back, and I still, do that on recordings and whatnot, but I haven't been able to do it like this in a while. So it was really fun to step in with, especially those cats too.
Yeah.
And, so it was really, really fun. And the band was amazing. I music directed the show, and I co-music directed the show and co-produced the album. And, it was like super fun. I got my pick of the band and had like some of my favorite players and people on it. So it's pretty killer. There's some monsters on it, so definitely check it out.
So not only can they buy the hard copy, you were saying that we can also go to iTunes.
It's also on iTunes,
everywhere. Now you have been creating music for live theater and for film for quite some time now, and if you look at his resume, a lot of these things happen to be on the side of scary, on the side of horror, on the side of dark.
Right.
How did you fall into that?
Well, I think it's just my love of horror movies. Like my mom is a teacher, so she was. I've found this with other friends whose parents were also teachers. They're super strict when it comes to movies. Like, it was a constant. That was our big battle, going to the video store and like trying to pick out this movie. So she was super, protective in that sense. So I kind of, once I was out on my own, it just kind of like, when you're told you can never have candy, and then all of a sudden you're in a room with a candy store, or a room with a ton of candy.
VHSs, like, yes!
Yeah, I just started going to town on it because I'm really good at putting myself kind of in the time period of something and like letting myself,
feel
just
what they would have felt then. Because someone to see like Psycho for the first time now,
right?
They don't quite understand how impactful that movie was, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, or The Shining, or there's just so much.
If you look at it through 2018 glasses, you won't be able to appreciate what it is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Almost every movie now, it's like, or older movie, you're just like, this would not work with like cell phones, like Home Alone, just not a horror movie, of course, but just if there was cell phones, just wouldn't happen.
Calling 911.
But a lot of horror movies, it's like if you just had a cell phone, you wouldn't be in this mess.
Right. Or if you
movies I watch are older, but lately this year specifically I've been trying to get caught up a little bit because I feel like I'm behind on kind of more modern stuff.
Okay.
And there is some.
Where are we?
I don't know.
I think we're in another location.
This definitely isn't Slashback video, right?
I don't know. We have Ouija boards and...
Weird.
Okay, maybe those ghosts were real.
Maybe.
Okay, we're believing you. We're believing you.
Crazy.
What? And...
How did you get that?
I have no idea.
Oh my goodness, we were just talking about
We were
this.
just talking about this. This is your CD from the rock opera,
There it
Tanya
is.
and Nancy.
And it's, even though it's not a horror movie, you got blood splatter in the front. See, I can't get away from it. Everything I do has
Everything
blood
you
splatter
do
on it.
has blood splatter.
Yeah.
I don't want to ghosts. I don't want to end up with blood splatter.
Oh
today.
yeah, sorry, I don't do anything with blood splatter. Sorry if you heard that. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was definitely weird.
It was weird. I forget what we were doing.
I wanted to talk to you really quickly because I know that you do all these rock operas, and I want to give shout outs to like all of them because all of them are just so amazing and they're so cool and unique in their own right. Like,
thank you.
I'd like to touch upon The Exorcist.
Okay.
Exorcistic.
Yeah, Exorcistic.
That was the first one that I actually went and
That's right.
did interviews with you
That's
guys.
right.
And I'll
Yeah.
never forget it because it was so cool. Again, if you guys ever have a chance to go check out any theater productions that Michael is a part of, go. You will not be disappointed by
Thank you.
any means. And they can just go to your website and check
Yeah,
out.
just michaelteoli.com.
Yep.
I've updated, you know.
You updated a lot. I actually check it
Yeah.
out. So that's really cool that you do that. But I can't even like express like, and what was the one with the which way was going to kill the planet? What one was that called? And you had your choice, and everybody in the audience got to choose what we thought would kill the Earth. Number one was like the dying of bees.
Oh, yes, Doomsday Cabaret.
Doomsday Cabaret.
Yeah.
Yes, like
That-
all of
and-
these really fun.
And that's kind of another thing that I do kind of as well, because those Michael Shaw Fisher, who actually is the person who gave me that Salem Slot thing to watch. See, it's all
Shout
it all
out.
comes around. He wrote the book and the music for those, and I kind of arranged all the music and music directed it. So it's really fun kind of doing that as well, where you're kind of stepping in with where something's there and then
Right.
taking it to that next level. You know, that, I mean, I love coming up with stuff originally too, but that's really fun. Also, it just exercises a different part of the brain.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's fun. Yeah.
Super cool. Do we have any more musicals or rock operas coming out?
Not that are far along enough yet to talk about, but
Okay. Oh, okay.
Did you do this? Did you bring us here?
This is starting to get really creepy now. But I
Yeah,
did
well, at least
warn
it's
you.
not moving. Yeah.
Continue on with this Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little shaken by that, but
Me
it's
too.
okay, right? Okay, right? Like our plasma's all in the same spot at least.
I think
And
so.
I mean, I got my 5 fingers and I think I got 5 toes.
Right.
Well, 10 and 10, 5
Right.
on each, hopefully. All right. Okay, so I wanted to play a little trivia with
Okay.
you. Are you down?
Sure.
Okay, I got my questions right here.
I forget everything, so we'll see.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
this is all around trivia.
Okay.
So it's not just based in one category, but it all is based on Halloween and horror.
Okay.
Because I figured this would be fun. Now, if you don't know the answers, it's quite all right.
Okay.
It'll be fun for people out there to try to guess and see what you know and what your knowledge is like with some of these questions.
I can just feel it's going to be like one of those late night talk shows where it's something really obvious, and I'm like, I don't know.
And
that.
everyone at home is going,
Yeah.
come on, you idiot, get
Right.
the question for $1 million.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Not $1 million.
Definitely when you have that show, bring me back on.
I promise, I will.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll even give you the questions ahead of time.
Right,
No, I
there
wouldn't
you go.
do that. That's cheating.
I don't have the questions ahead of time.
He doesn't have the questions
Just-
this
yeah.
time, just so you know. Okay. Ready? Question 1.
Yeah.
What is a hollow? Like All Hallows Eve. What is a hollow?
What is a hollow? Does it have something to do with the year, like the new?
No.
No. I don't know. I forget.
A hollow is a saint or a holy person.
Oh yes, I should know that. Like All Saints or no?
Yeah, All Saints Day
Is
or
that-
All
is that-
Hallows.
yeah,
All
there you
Hallows
go.
Day.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. See that? Trivia knowledge.
Okay. I'm learning things.
See,
This
so
is
if you guys
great.
are going out to a bar and you're going to play some Halloween trivia, they might have some of these questions. So now
Right.
you're going to have the answers. I'm helping you. You're welcome.
There you
You're
go.
welcome. Okay. This is a cool one. What item is banned only on Halloween Day from October 31st at 12 a.m. to November 1st at 12 p.m. in California? What item is banned? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Just on Halloween.
Okay.
It's banned.
I haven't heard of anything banned on Halloween. I don't know. I'm striking out here.
Silly string.
Really?
Isn't
That's
that crazy?
True? I had no idea.
I didn't either until I was doing my research.
It's funny when the first time I'm like, eggs? No, you can't ban eggs. But like, yeah, wow.
Silly string. Crazy, right? Dun, dun,
that is crazy. I had no idea. Wow.
More Halloween knowledge dropped on you. Boom.
This is great. Yeah, I'm gonna remember all this.
Where did carving jack-o'-lanterns start? Bram Stoker had a different name for Dracula when he first was writing Bram Stoker's Dracula. What was the original name going to be?
Ooh, it wasn't Nosferatu, right? Because
No.
that was what they couldn't use Dracula.
Right.
So then they used Nosferatu, like, to get around that. Oh, I feel like that's another one I used to know. I don't remember.
It's so funny, actually.
Is there another big movie that was then named?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay.
Count Vampire.
Vampire.
Vampire. W-A-M-P-Y-R.
I think.
First feature-length werewolf movie.
First feature-length werewolf movie. I mean, it wasn't.
It might have been.
Wasn't Wolfman?
No.
No. Werewolf of London.
Yes.
Yeah. Werewolf of London. Yeah.
Who sang Werewolves of London?
Warren Zevon.
Yes!
See, now we're stepping into more of my territory.
And what is the number one most popular song for Halloween?
Most popular song? Not the Monster Mash.
It is.
Okay. Yeah. Where are we now?
In front of a exploding fireplace, naturally.
All right, this looks. I'm down with this.
All right. Red velvet chairs and couches. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm at home here.
All right.
All right.
All right. I think I'm getting a little used to that now, though. My body doesn't feel as weird this time around.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm missing like an organ somewhere, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. We'll find it later.
We will find it later. But thank you for playing trivia. That's what we were doing, right? We're playing trivia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for the education.
Oh, you're welcome. And I hope that you were all educated just a little bit on some of those new little questions
I hope those
that I
questions
came up with.
will turn up somewhere.
Just saying. Make some money off of them. Like I said, this episode is filled with people being able to make money off of our ideas.
Right. There you go.
So because it's the Halloween episode, we can't go and say goodbye before we talk about some of the best Halloween movies of all time.
Of course.
I mean, come on. This is what has made our existence even possible, right? Like these horror movies.
Yeah.
So what I have done, I have gone to a bunch of different websites that have given us a list of what they think their best horror movies of all time are.
Okay.
And then I compiled my own list, derived off of that list, picking off of their list the ones that coincided for everybody.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying
Yeah,
here?
totally.
Am I making sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my own list.
Cool.
Would you like to try to make a few guesses before we get into it?
Let's,
I'll tell you if you're right.
Okay.
So I have 9 on my list.
All right.
Top
Let me see if I can do these 9.
Okay.
So The Exorcist is on there.
It is.
What number? Do you have them numbered?
I don't
or
have
no?
them numbered.
Okay.
They're just on
So
here. These are all
Exorcist is in
random.
there. Psycho must be in there.
Psycho isn't.
Jaws.
Jaws is not
Jaws
on
is
this
not
list.
in there.
No.
Halloween.
Halloween is on here.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nope.
Interesting. Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, Rosemary's Baby.
Let's see. Let's go. No, not the. I already said Halloween. Not The Fog.
Nope.
Okay. It's not Friday the 13th because
No.
Friday the 13th is not a very good movie, even though it is fun. If it was mine, I would put Suspiria on there, but
Suspiria is on
it is
here,
on there?
yes.
Okay, Suspiria. I would also put Deep Red on there, but I'm guessing it's not on there. Poltergeist?
No.
Actually,
I'm a little surprised. It wasn't on all the lists. I was getting what was on pretty much everybody's list.
Right. Are there any like old school Universal, like Frankenstein-ish?
No,
none of
although
those?
I will give The Bride of Frankenstein would have been if
that
I
should
did
be on the
10.
list. Bride of the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Bride
If
of
I did
Frankenstein's
10,
awesome.
That would have been number 10 if I did 10.
It took me a long time before I finally saw that movie, and it blew my mind.
It's so
and it's
good.
crazy that The Bride of Frankenstein is from Mary Poppins. It's the nanny at the beginning who she replaces. And the whole movie, I'm like, I've seen this person before. And then it clicked, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's The Bride of Frankenstein? Like, yeah.
That's so cool.
The Thing has to be on there. No? I don't know about this list.
But it's of all time. So you're missing 3 that I would consider of this like newish age, even though one of them isn't really.
Like Scream?
Scream is on here.
Scream, like The Ring?
Nope. Ringu was on a couple of lists, but did not make this list.
People don't call it a horror film, but for me, one of my favorite, what I swear by that it's a horror film, is Seven.
Oh, I love Seven. I don't consider that a horror movie either.
Okay.
But the one that is on my list, I don't consider a horror movie either, but it is a top 5 winner. If you know what I'm talking about. It's the Big 5. So it won Best Picture, Best Director, Best
Silence
Screen.
of the Lambs.
Yes.
Okay.
See, no, I don't consider that a horror film.
I feel like if there's horror moments, if there's moments throughout, not just like one scene that evoke, horror, that is therefore a horror film.
Okay.
I just saw American Psycho for the first time last night, and it was interesting for sure. It was pretty weird, but that's another one where like it's on all these horror lists. So, but not everyone considers it horror. But I think it's a horror movie.
I put these ones under psychological thrillers.
Okay,
that's what I kind of put them under those categories. But I do understand, appreciate what you're saying though about there being a lot more horror elements than like a normal like suspense movie might have.
Right.
Another one you're missing off this list though was Get Out.
Oh yeah,
Get Out.
I did see that. That's one I just said when you were asking about newer modern stuff.
Yeah.
Get Out was amazing.
Yeah. So those are the top 9.
Oh, I didn't say Night of the Living Dead. Is that on there?
It
didn't make it.
I know.
Did any of the Living Dead make it?
Night of the Living. Not. We're done. We already went through the 9 on
here.
Oh,
that was the 9. Okay.
But and we'll get back and we'll talk about that.
Dawn of the Dead usually the one that people.
I think that they go by that one more. But on most of the list, to be honest with you, Night of the Living Dead was only on one, like 2 or 3 of them, which surprised me because that's.
Jacob Slatter should be on that list.
It's the OG, It's the OG.
Right.
All right. Before I send you off into the world of horror and Halloween that is upon us now, one more question, and then I need you to tell me about something else.
Okay.
One question. Your ultimate favorite horror movie all time?
Oh, my goodness. That's so hard.
I know. That's why I ask.
I think if I was to go to a desert island and for some reason there was a Blu-ray player there and I could take one thing with me, it might be Jaws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for like a lot of nostalgic reasons too, that bring for both of us brings us back to New England. It's just you watched it when you were a kid. You could probably that was one that my parents actually let me watch, even though it's the scariest one of the scariest movie scenes ever in the beginning.
When she's getting ripped underneath, like, oh my God. Like,
and just really quick story about that. So my dad was going to let me watch that, right? We sat down, we watched it, we saw that scene, and my mom came out and was like, he can't watch this after I've seen that scene, and I didn't watch the rest for like another year or so. So it haunted my dreams because I got no resolution. And when I first like watched it in the entirety, like that next scene, it's like daylight, they're in the street and it's all fine, and I'm just like, why would you not let me watch this? I've seen the worst. That you just let it haunt my dreams, and maybe that's why I'm really into horror stuff. Maybe it's my mom's fault. Thank you.
See,
but you gotta
okay, tell me about the new thing you have going on with Shudder.
Yeah, so I just scored a podcast that Shudder's a streaming service for horror movies called Video Palace, and it's directed by Ben Rock, and it's super fun. It should be out any day now. I think I saw that it's going to come out on the 22nd, and it's really
week it'll be out.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's 10 episodes, and essentially it follows this VHS collector. He's an obsessed VHS collector, and he acquires this white VHS tape. It's like white plastic, and he has a physical reaction to it. He, like, when he watches, he gets sick, and then it becomes this kind of quest to find the origins of this videotape, and it's pretty crazy. It brings us. There's a lot of, I don't know. It brings him to a lot of different dark places and gets kind of darker and darker. And he is making a podcast of this investigation.
Of this quest
so what you're hearing is like his podcast. I think it's really entertaining. It was really fun to be a part of. I got to do a lot of new music for it. I think there's probably like 25 to 30 pieces that and they get kind of reused in it a little bit in different places, so it really has its own kind of theme and
its own feel.
So it's really fun. It has a lot of nostalgic elements, being about VHS tapes, and ultimately about a VHS store. It's called Video Palace, so
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure, anytime.
For being on my Halloween episode. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to hear the music coming from Video Palace.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I think you're gonna like it. It's really fun, and the story is great.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, you guys make sure that you go onto iTunes and check everything out, and go to michaelteoli.com to see all these amazing features and films and theater projects that he has worked on. He is an award-winning composer and a true horror fan. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching Almost Famous Halloween Special. I'm Jess Fama. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all of my latest episodes. Huge shout out to Michael Teoli for coming on and letting me pick his brain about some horror trivia. And a huge shout out to Bearded Ladies Mystic Museum in Burbank. And make sure you guys get down here before January 5th, because that's when Revenge of Slashback video is closing. So get here before then. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Do good, be good. Bye.